Okay, here are your arachnids here. We got about dozen and a half tarantulas to feed. We have the Tarantula, smaller of the two that I have. See if maybe we could possibly entice it out for a meal. Hasn't eaten yet since it molted. Sazames are pretty timid spiders. Right in front of you, buddy. This one's been rather reclusive. It likes to stay inside that skull. There we go. Not out all that often. Okay, so we got Sazame number 1 fed. We'll get him watered, or her watered, and put back on the shelf, and we'll move on. Okay, so here's Tarantula Sazame number 2. This one's got some of the bluish coloring that we've been waiting for. There we go. That's an interesting way to eat. You can come down now so everybody can see you. Oh, I want to, while we're looking at this guy, or girl, take a minute to thank all the new people that have subscribed to the channel. I try to resubscribe to most people channels that, as long as they have some type of animals, I'll generally resubscribe and try to watch some videos. So thanks again for that. We will have two new additions, but there's, I think, one freebie that'll come with it. Hopefully in the next, I don't know if we'll get them before the end of this week, or sometime next week would probably be more like it. Now you're going to go take it into your little area. This one I want to rehouse. Now we'll probably put this one in one of those display 124 scale cases, just because of the pretty coloring. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to say what I'm getting. We'll do it as a surprise. Two tarantulas I've never had. I have genus of those species, but one of them's kind of a rarer tarantula in the States, and the other one not super rare but not easy to find either. So they both get big terrestrials, South American spiders. So we could kind of go from there. And again, it's nothing that I have in my collection now, so it'll be something new and interesting. And I might be moving the mature male Caribbean versicolor. I'm not really sure because I haven't heard back from the person I contacted me yesterday about him. Trying to work something out. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. But so look forward to something there. We still got some stuff to feed, so let's move on. Next we have this is Tattoo. This is the suspected male ventrally, pretty clear male Monocentropus balfouri. Molted early last week. And also an update on my leg. The injury that I have is a deep bone bruise to my shin, which would be, I think, the one in the front's the tibial, right? That's the one on the inside. That's the bone that's bruised pretty badly. And I have a high ankle and low ankle sprain to go along with it. So this is where a lot of the swelling is coming from and discoloration. The shin pain should probably last for quite a while because there's really nothing there to take any of that blow. That was full trauma to the front, and it's roughly about 5 inches to 6 inches long is the length of the pain, and where the actual impact was. Of course, I'm on light duty at work, so I'm just going in and pretty much sitting there doing nothing. So trying to get some stuff organized on videos to put on the computer to try and make a big, long, quick hits video of everything that I have on the computer, of all the different feedings, because there's a tons of video that I save on the computer that haven't been whittled down to quick hits. So maybe I'll work on doing that. This one doesn't look like we're going to come out. I'm sure he'll come out later tonight. He has been right here, so we'll skip over him, and if he does come out, we'll try and take a look at him. He's nice and tan now, with a hint of the blueness. So next up is a spider that I just rehoused yesterday. This was the last softball cube available, and it was recommended to me by a couple people to go ahead and put the Papillopa species Columbia large sling. This is the one that had the 5 legs and 1 pedipulp that just molted and gained everything back. We named Nickel. We'll see. Nickel is, you can see my finger, he's right back here. We'll try and throw this little roach in there and see if maybe he might be interested in feed. Oh yes, he is. You can see the movement there. Yeah, right there. So I can zoom him in. Okay, there's the roach. There's the spider. So we're definitely interested in a bite to eat. I may have grabbed too big of a roach there. Now I put all these different plants in here hoping that it would burrow and web it up, and it's started to a little bit here, but nothing major. The drawback of that is, as you can see, the roach went underneath this bush right here, and the only way to get it out would be to dig it, and you know what'll happen to that guy if I do. He'll be running across my floor in a matter of minutes. I think I got to get a new water bottle or cap too, because I think that one had a hole in it. But he knows it's there. If I do get this order taken care of, the freebie will be another one of these. The order is going to be coming from Fear Not Tarantulas and Tanya. So she's doing a special this month. Any order receives a free Papillopa species Columbia large sling. So it'll be, I have 2, so 3, and again, who wouldn't want a handful of these anyway? They're really cool. I raised a sling up to a female at 4 inches, sent her to a friend for him to try and breed her. I think both times he tried, she ate the male. So they're not a very easy species to breed. Tom Moran did have some success, which is great. But I know that the males are much smaller than the females are for the most part, so they're kind of tough to get the males to survive. We are moving around back there. We know there's something back there and we want to eat it. So I have to do, I'm gonna cut this guy off here real quick, because the more I stand, the more my leg swells up. So it's going to be probably a few weeks to get this swelling under control. It does tend to get rather painful. You imagine your calf in a resting position that you could push, you could push in on it without the muscle flex. Well, imagine from the back of your knee to all the way extending into the top part of your toes, extremely swollen to the point where you feel like it's complete pressure on the outside and you can't push in. That's how swollen it gets. And it's worse as the day goes on. I've been heating as recommended by the doctor, and ice at work during the day while I'm sitting there, and heating here at home. Okay, well, we're not going to see this one eat, but we're going to leave the video in because there was some information in there. We're going to go ahead and move on to, we're going to try and feed the Monocentropus balfouri communal. One has recently molted. I think I know which one because it's out all the time now. I still see 2 in the backside, and then 1 is in the burrow yet. So we're going to see if we can't get them fed, seeing that we haven't seen them eat. I think just one time we got 1 strike out of 1, but we haven't seen any, the majority of them all come out together. So here is the communal. Nobody's in the back, which means they're all in the burrows. Here, 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 in the front. Matter of fact, you can see 1 spider's right there. I think that's that's not the one I think that's molted. I think that's the one that molted the first time. Anyway, well, I'm going to throw these. There's like 4 or 5 little red runner nymphs in here. Oh, yeah, we had 1 takedown there. You saw that. Yeah, these ones are going to go in the back. Oh, no, you want to stay in there, buddy. You can see here, well, you can see there, but the one that attacked the roach is right there. It seems like he let it go. I don't know if he let it go or there was an extra and he's got 1. Oh, he does. He still has it. Yeah, he has it. So another one must have crawled back there. So while we're probably not going to see anybody else come out, at least we got to see 1 strike through the webbing, but we did get to see 1. They're doing good. It looks like 3 of the 4 have molted, and 1 is definitely looking like it's ready to. What I found is seeing them in the back, when their ventral side is to you, the bottom of their abdomen really does get shiny when they're close to the molt. I don't notice it so much on the dorsal side, but on the ventral side it seems a little bit more shiny than anywhere else on that spider. So that's kind of how I can tell. Plus, they do kind of get a little bigger in the abdomen. They don't elongate, they kind of just swell a little bit. So, all right, I'm going to get down a couple more things, and then I'm going to tell you a story about how important it is to label your enclosures. Okay, so here is the Holothele, now Longipes, which was the Holothele sanguinecepus. We're going to try a little red runner nymph, because this one doesn't really feed very well. So, the story about labeling your enclosures. Now, I kind of got laxed. I kind of pride myself on knowing who's in what enclosure, and so many of them are so easy to tell apart. No, we got it. You seen that quick? When you see a roach and then don't see a roach that quick, he definitely took it down. So since we didn't get to see it, and the odds are he will not come out of there, he or she will not come out of there, I'm going to go ahead and get the next culprit down so that you can watch them feed as I talk. Here is Dallas, the Faunatoma annex. Should be ready to eat. Absolutely. Okay, so now you can watch him eat real quick. Now, again, when I say, I pride myself on being able to know who's in what container. I mean, for the most part, I can tell by what decorations are in there and what cork bark is in there, for the most part, and tell you what's in there. Now, the slings are a little bit different. I make sure that I definitely label the slings, especially like the little brachypoma, so that you can keep them separated. You know who's who. But so last week, when I finally decided I was moving the Poecilotheria tigwin-wesseli, the Poecilotheria smithi, and the Iberopora sortoma. I got the sortoma moved, I got the smithy moved, and then I took a day off, or the rest of that night off, because that smithy was such a pain in the ass. So the next day I decided that I'm going to move the tigrin and wesseli. Now, when I sent the stuff, or gave the stuff to Payton's tarantulas, so I moved a couple tarantulas out of those snap-tight enclosures, put them in deli cups to bring to her. The Avicularia rufa enclosure, I knew exactly what it was. So when I put the Poecilotheria tigwin and wesseli into the enclosure, which I thought was the enclosure for the or for the Avicularia rufa that I sent to Peyton's tarantulas, actually turned out to be the enclosure that still housed my Avicularia rufa. She was down in the cork bark, and then I tried feeding. I threw a cricket in there, hoping that the Tigrin and Wasseli would get it. Well, while I was filming, if you guys recall, I don't remember what video it was in, but I said, it sounds like somebody actually got the feeding, and I said it's probably the Poecilotheria miranda. That would have been my guess. Well, it was actually the Avicularia rufa. So in the middle of the night, I heard this huge commotion of, you know what the sound like is when a spider's running all through an enclosure. I mean, going absolutely crazy. So here I am at 2:30 in the morning, get out of bed, get the flashlight, look over to see on one side of the enclosure the Poecilotheria tigrin and Wasseli, and on the other side of the enclosure the Avicularia rufa. So then I was like, oh my god, what the hell did I do? How stupid could I be? Hopefully, I was hoping, praying to God that nobody tried attacking the other person. The Poecilotheria tigrin and Wasseli is smaller than the rufa, but venom potency, I don't think if either one of them would have tagged the other one, it probably would have been lights out. Well, fortunately, neither one of them did. And so here I am again at 2:30 in the morning, getting a catch cup, a transfer cup, and trying to get the Tigrin and Wasseli out of the enclosure. The minute that I unscrewed the lid and put the transfer cup on top, that Poecilotheria tigrin and Wasseli walked up the side and into that cup, almost like, please get me out of here. So the Tigrin and Wasseli is now all by itself in its own enclosure. And again, the importance of putting labels on there. My Avicularia rufa enclosure did not have a label on it. So I thought to myself, well, that was the one that I took out, gave to Peyton, and I peeled the sticker off of it. So I knew that nobody was in it. And again, that was a dumb mistake on my part. So please, when you're doing that stuff, especially when you're transferring a spider into an enclosure that was previously occupied by another, make sure that you're actually putting it into the enclosure that you intend to do. It was just, again, an oversight. I'm trying to do things too quick, and could have cost one of those two spiders their lives on my part. Fortunately, things worked out for the best, and they're both safe and sound. Matter of fact, we may even try to feed the Poecilotheria tigrin and Wasseli in this feeding. We're going to do the Selmalpaeus cambridgei next. Okay, so we're going to go and do a hopefully easy tongue feeding. There we go. She likes her food. There's no doubt about it. Cambridgeis are eating machines. I have not been disappointed with feeding her ever. I'm hoping we have a her this time. Here we are down there. I'm going to get some water. And for the most part, not a crazy spider. Has gone through periods of pre-molt fasting, but I'm really hoping this is a female. This is Church. This was the one, again, named after the cat in Pet Sematary by Stephen King, one of my favorite books and movies. These are one of Dave Scott's favorite tarantulas, the Selmalpaeus cambridgei. Matter of fact, I think he paired 2 or 3 of his females successfully. Looking forward to him coming back here in another week or so. Be anxious to see what he's got going on. He has posted pictures on, I think, Instagram, and he has posted some pictures here or there on Facebook. He was real active for about a month, and now he's slowed back down again, which leads me to believe he's doing a lot of filming and getting stuff ready for the big reintroduction in November. So with these 2 new spiders coming in, one was on a list of I would like to get kind of deals. The other one was it's like I said, it was a rare thing, and it was kind of a last minute. I just love the way they look. So there's only a handful of tarantulas really left that are on my list of wants, and most of them comprise of the Psalmopoeus genus, the Victoria, the Classiasticus, the Langenbucheri, the Emeraldus. I think those are the 4, right? There might be one more. Of what I'd like to get another Cambridgei, so I could have 2. I have the 2 Reduncus, we have the 3 Pulchers, we have the 2 Irmenias. I'd like to get another Cambridgei. I've had 4, actually, let's see, I've had 1, 2 mature males, this one, and 3 slings that died, that didn't make it past 1 inch. So, yeah, I'd like to get another one of these, just so I can have 2. That's my goal, is to have 2 of every Psalmopoeus, and I would actually reduce a lot of my collection to do that, to get at least 2 of every Psalmopoeus. Even 3 would be great, and pretty much use those as my only arboreal tarantulas. And I could move out all the Poecilotherias except for my Sapusca and my Miranda. Those are the only 2 I would not move. And you know, the Avicularias, the Caribbean versicolor, may be going one way or another probably in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, I just they're so expensive. You know, $125 for a Victoria is an awful lot of money, and then the Langenbucheri and the Ecclesiasticus are in the $50 range. I'm not really sure if I've even seen an Emeraldus before, so I think they say the Emeraldus is basically a Psalmopoeus pulcher, which I wouldn't mind at all because they're my favorite spiders. So we're gonna let Church go, do his thing, and we're gonna try and feed the other Hapalopus species, Columbia large. See what we can get out of that one. And what else do we got? Oh, the Chilobrachys huahini. We're gonna try to feed the Brachypelma albopilosum nicaraguan again. Didn't eat the last time, so we'll try and feed him again. And then we'll probably end with feeding the praying mantis. We'll try and open her up and just tongue feed her. And I want to get the Uthica out of there, and I need to put it into a deli cup, super glued to the side or to the top. Well, not super glued, but hot glued. I want to get that set. And I think what I'm going to actually use is the container that Mike Farless sent me Mojave in as the incubator chamber for the baby praying mantises. We're going to go ahead and try and just raise them here in the winter and see what happens. You figure roughly 60 to 75 days before they even come out anyway, so you're into January when we would even have the possibility of them coming out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot and see what happens. And even if I only get a handful that make it, that, you know, we'll do our best to keep them all and keep them all alive, and then we can let them back go in the spring and just keep a couple for the collection and the channel, and we'll go from there. So let me get the Chilobrachys huahini down, and then we'll start with the Hapalopus species Columbia large. Okay, so here, as you can see on the left, right where my finger's pointing, is the Hapalopus species Columbia large. I believe a male. Much leggier than my female ever was at that size, but again, I don't know because it's a molt wrecker. We're going to go ahead and try to feed 2 small dubia nymphs, try to get it to come out. You guys get a good look at it. And we're going to try and do a special, you know, if I get all this stuff back, like I'm saying, I get the free Hapalopus species Columbia large from Tanya, we'll try and do a Halloween Day Hapalopus species Columbia large feeding video with just the 3 of them. They'll be ready to eat again. These guys are great eaters, so let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, as you can tell. They don't waste time. See if he'll take another one. That's going to be a big fat yes. They're great spiders. I mean, I want to say it's one of those staple spiders, really, that everybody has to have in the collection. They're not hard to find. They're not super expensive. They don't get very big, which is a plus for a lot of people. it was a plus for me when I got it. The first one, Lucy, I named her. When she molted out as a female, I was really happy. And then, you know, my friend had a mature male and wanted to breed, and I really didn't want to breed. So I wasn't ready, and especially for a species like this, I definitely wasn't ready. You really got to be on your toes with them. So I decided to let him have her and try breeding. And again, he's not been successful with her yet. But so yeah, this one is not. Oh, this is Cole. I named this one Cole. It just so happened that I was flipping through the channels of something one day, and Days of Thunder was on. So I went with Cole for the character that Tom Cruise played, Cole Trickle. I just thought the name was cool. Not that I'm a big Tom Cruise fan, but I do like Mission Impossible. So we got that one. Let's get the Huahine down, Brachypelma albopilosum, and then we'll end with the praying mantis. Okay, here is the enclosure of Twisty, the Chilobrachys huahine, the Asian fawn. And this cricket's going to be dumb and not move. So, well, maybe it will move. With the Chilobrachys, I enjoy them. I mean, the cane krakens, oh, he got it. She got it. Yeah, over there, of course. Didn't come out for it, but I enjoy them immensely. I really do. I wouldn't mind adding a handful more. And I'm actually more into the Chilobrachys than I am the African species. Although I loved my Harpactira pulchripes, or pulchripes, and I do miss having her here just because of her awesome coloring. I'm not really into the Harpactira, those, the Namaquinensis and whatever else is out anymore, Caffrarianas. I do like the Tarantula, don't get me wrong, but I think if I had to stick with an old world genus, it would be the Chilobrachys. I have the Huahine, the two cane krakens, the two discalus, the one Fimbriatus. I'd like to get a, I think it's called a Gangsweanensis, the Gangsweanensis. Boy, I can't say that. The Chinese fawn. That one looks interesting, and you know, the Chilobrachys species electric blue. You know, I can live with it or live without it. Someone gave me one, I would take it, but I don't know that I would actually purchase one. Okay, so there are some really good keepers out there that are really good sources of information for this genus. Much better than I ever can be. This one, I didn't give a ton of substrate, has dug a little bit, but has the decoration here, and it's webbed up all in here. There's not really much to it. I could spray it down, but you know what's going to happen. It's just going to sit on the webbing. So we do kind of trickle down the sides to get some of the bottom part damp to have the humidity rise up for it. But other than that, they're pretty easy to take care of. You're looking at a 6-inch spider, full grown, I believe. This one, one of the bigger Chilobrachys, this one, and I think the Gangsweanensis, also the Chinese fawn's a kind of big one too. So you know, we'll watch this one grow if it comes out. We've got one good video before, but we're back here where my fingers are. That's where the spider is right now. Okay, let's get down the Brachypelma albopilosum. We're going to get some bonus feedings here because I have about a dozen crickets I need to get rid of because they're starting to die off and they're starting to smell terrible, so I want to get rid of these. So we're going to start with Chaos, the OBT female. See how gentle. She's so placid with her takedowns. We're going to let her molt this next time, and then we're going to rehouse her. Okay, so that's one of the bonus feedings. That carapace pattern is just something, isn't it? Okay. Okay, so the next is the Lasiodora paribana. She's been fed recently. It's probably about a week too early, but we're going to go ahead and she's not too big in the abdomen, so I'm not overly concerned. This cricket probably won't do too much damage at all. All these extra feedings here are all going to be juvenile spiders. With Grammostola pulchripes and Eucharopoensis. I don't think the Euathus species red will eat again. The Ecampostratus, Brachypelma vagans, Brachypelma homori. I'm not sure the homori will eat either, but we'll give it a shot. And if we have to, we'll feed. We'll try and feed Norman again. Probably can eat again. We may give him another shot. My favorite ladies, Grammostola pulchripes. Crickets coming this way, spiders that way. Shouldn't take long. There we go. So they kind of get in these bad angles of where they're at. I think that would be more why I'm leaning towards more total acrylic enclosures. These enclosures are great, don't get me wrong, but with the acrylic enclosures you can get side shots of them if you want, especially when they dig down like this here. So it's kind of hard to actually get them in the frame of where you want them. That's her, Ganica. Okay, let's get the Nandu Caropoensis. This is next. Okay, there's Miko. We'll see if we actually get her to take down on camera. Oh yeah, right in front of her. Sometimes that helps. I like to see them lunge, you know, but sometimes just dropping the food right in front of them is kind of helpful. She's a little bigger than I expected her to be honest with you. She hasn't fed for a few weeks, so she was due. Probably could have waited another week, and that was my plan. I think she'll be alright. She's a Nandu. She'll probably drag that underneath her little rock hide. She's going to get a upgrade in housing too. Okay, let's get the other ones down. Not sure what we're going to get out of Dakota here. Dakota's the suspected male, the Eopolaceus campostratus. You can see him buried right there. We'll see if he's interested in food. Now I give him a hide, he never uses it. Take the hide out of it, and now he digs and plays dead. Oh, that's the I'm not hungry. Or am I? Yeah, it looks like I was. Okay, he took it. He didn't come out to take it, but he took it. Let's see. Feet there. Feet there. So he's getting to be a good size 3-inch spider. 2 3/4, 3-inch spider. Okay, let's hit up the Brachypelma vag and see if that one's ready to eat. The tank of terrestrials, Brachypelma vagans. Yeah, I wished I could be. You know, I can zoom in, but I'm afraid when I zoom in during the feedings that the spider will eat out of the frame. Can we not flip this over this time, maybe? So my bigger OBT Bantu, she's a female. She's roughly 4 inches. Hasn't eaten in a while. I'm expecting her to molt. Someone has offered me a mature male OBT to breed. I'm kind of reluctant. I'm not really sure that I really want to do that. Not here. I just don't think I have the space to do that with that type of spider in the winter. In the spring, possibly, because I can do it outside in the tent, where I can contain the 2 spiders in that area, and only be risking, you know, the male's life for the male coming out or the female coming out. I should be able to get them back in without hopefully taking a bite from them, but I don't think I want to do it here. So, yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I'm ready for breeding OBTs yet. I'd like to give it a shot once because I know it's pretty much a no-brainer with OBTs. You throw them together, basically. There's nothing you really need to do to them. To get her ready, to get him ready, you just kind of put them together and they do their thing, and 99% of the time the first pairing is successful, and you'll get spiderlings in about 35 to 40 days after she lays an egg sac, and you can let them stay with her for a while, or you can pull the egg sac earlier, which I probably would do because I don't know that I want to get her out and then try to get babies out. I'd rather just beat her, or not beat her, but fight her for the egg sac prior, you know, at right around the 28-day mark, and then just incubate the babies from there. Okay, we're going to try and feed Obi, and then figure out what to do with these last few crickets. We will give 1 or 2 to the praying mantis, and then we'll try like I said, the Brachypelma albopilosum. Obi. I haven't fed Obi in about a month. I keep thinking he's going to go into pre-molt, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a try and see if he'll actually eat. He may not, and he will. So, you know, when you get to this point, now he's got a decent sized abdomen, so I don't really feel too bad of not feeding him over the course of the last 30 some odd days, but there's actually 30 days exactly because the Tarantula app notified me, because I have it set up that if I don't feed a spider in 30 days, it lets me know that. And I just got the notification for him today, so it's been exactly 30 days since he's eaten. Have been giving him water, but he does like to get rid of it one way or another. Usually it's flipping the water bowl over. Brachypelma hamori, great dude. I love this guy. Okay, let's get the Brachypelma albopilosum nicaraguan male out, see if we can't get that one to feed, and we'll also try feeding the Dolichothele diamentinensis. Then we'll end with the praying mantis. Okay, there's pretty much zero guarantees that we're going to get this one to eat, but we'll try. There's the fluffy guy there. Okay, so yeah, we are going to get him to eat. That's part of his leg from his last molt there. Okay, well at least he ate. That's good. First feeding since he molted. Hasn't been out since he molted, but and my centipede just went crazy trying to get a cricket. I didn't put it on camera because he never comes out. So maybe we'll throw him in here real quick and see if he'll come back out for that cricket. Okay, well hopefully she'll come out. She's located under this area. This is the Dolichothele diamentinensis. My leg's really starting to hurt. Probably not the smartest move there, cricket. There was some rustling going on underneath there, but it was when that cricket was digging. Nope. I know you're going to be a little foggy, but there she is there. She came out after it. She hasn't been, she wants it, but maybe if I just quit mess, there she goes. It's a shame that she's not out more because she's probably my prettiest spider. I think she molted, but I really couldn't tell you. I would say she has because she wasn't eating for a long time and now she is. Okay, let's end with the praying mantis. Ooh, sorry. Okay, so the footage for the praying mantis didn't work out so well, so we're going to try and feed the Brachypelma Bomi. See if he's, oh yeah, definitely interested. I still have a few more crickets left, so I'll probably just throw them in with the Samophaeus reduncus, because I'm going to get those guys rehoused here real quick, so we'll get them fed and get rid of these crickets. Dump the remains in with the Dermstead beetles, let them take care of all that. I'd like to throw them into something too, these Dermstead beetles. I'll figure out what to put them in, but yeah, I want to get them put into something, and then like I said, dump the remains of these dead crickets in with them and they'll take care of it. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit of this, a little bit of that as far as feedings are concerned. I still haven't done the whole outline yet of the feeding methods, the groups that I want to do. I probably won't start doing that till January, so we're going to go through November and December with basic normal feeding videos like this one, and anything new and interesting. The Ornithoctinae species Laos did finally molt, so we'll be ready to feed that one in a couple days. And other than that, my Damon diadema is on a hunger strike, so I'm wondering if we're going to see a molt out of that one sometime in the near future. So, okay, we'll talk to everybody soon, and have a great day. Add a little bonus macro filming here. This is Chindi, the Chromatopelma cyaneopubescens, the smaller of the two. She got the, hopefully she, no, I mean, yeah, she, he, whatever, got the last cricket of the day. You can see how interesting they look really, really close up. You close up of the hair on the legs, the setae. It'll stay focused. And that is the antenna of the cricket. Oh, now we're going to move because we're being testy about being filmed, which I'm not going to be able to do much macro now because we're moving.
Okay, little bonus footage.